So I'm here with Mike today, and Mike, when I first met Mike, it was at the cafe, and I heard that he just came back from USA and left here for 2 months and came back. Is that right?
Yeah, closer to 3 months, but yes.
And so, how long were you here before that?
4.5 years.
Okay, yeah. And you told me that you had a hotel in Panama, or?
Yeah, I had a partner, and between us we had a hotel in Panama on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. How long did you have that?
10 years.
10 years.
And we didn't really run it as a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
It started out, we just wanted a house on the beach, and then it grew.
Mm-hmm. Was it a profitable situation?
Not really.
Uh-huh.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Good experience, but
Yeah.
make money? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any issues with things being difficult to do business in Panama? Was it?
Oh no, a little bit of money, you can do almost anything.
Uh-huh.
It's all corruption.
Mm-hmm. And what is the vibe in Panama? I mean, do you feel rather safe there? What's the overall vibe compared to?
I feel safe there.
Yeah.
And it was actually a lot of fun when I went there,
Mm-hmm.
which was almost 20 years ago now. By the time I left, it wasn't much fun anymore.
Okay.
It had changed significantly.
Changed into.
Well, I'm single. We used to go out, bars. I wasn't a big drinker, but I'd still go to bars and meet people and talk to them and everything like that. And that kind of changed. And then some president came in and decided that people should go home early, so they close early now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I first got there were Colombian discos that didn't open till 1 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
It run through 6 or 7 in the morning.
Oh, okay. So it's like a killjoy then.
Yeah. Oh, they destroyed the fun part.
Yeah.
And a lot of other things changed, and I didn't like it anymore. So I had a friend in Darwin who he used to come and stay at our place for a couple months at a time, and so he said, take a look at the Philippines. So I did. I came, traveled around the Philippines on buses and stuff. Liked it. Ended up in Darwin visiting. Liked that. Dumaguete.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So I said, screw that, I'm moving to the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
I like Southeast Asia anyway, and I'm a lot closer.
Yeah. And I heard you talk about Thailand a little bit. You've been to Thailand?
Mm-hmm. Probably a dozen times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went there in 78 for the first time when I was returning from Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Liked it, and then several years later, especially when I came back here, I've traveled there many times.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about it recently? I mean, it's changed a lot, right?
Yeah, military operation has changed it. I mean, they can call it what they want, but basically it's a military government.
Mm-hmm. And have you been back in the last few years?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In fact, 2 years ago I went back. My friend, a year and a half or so, my friend visited from the States, and we went through Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. His son lives in Thailand still, who's considered my nephew.
Okay.
So we went there and visited, came back. That's the most recent trip.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of your favorite places in Thailand?
Well, Chiang Mai. And I went up to Pai, and that was kind of fun.
Pai's cool, right?
I went to Pai for a
Yeah.
New Year's once.
Pai's great.
Yeah.
I love Pai. I lived in Pai.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I went up there, and there were no hotels. Oh, it was New Year's. No hotels available, nothing available. So I'm walking down the street. People are sitting out in front of one place, in the front patio one place. And I started talking to them. Oh, we've got a place you can stay.
Right.
So I got a good place in their front room. And
Wow. Yeah.
I figured Thai would be kind of quiet, but there were instant discos all over town that sprang up for New Year's, and people camped on the beach all along the river. Tons of people in
Yeah,
Pai.
I think Pai is probably one of my favorite places for sure.
It was definitely
In
fun.
all of Thailand, yeah.
But you know, I've been to a lot of towns, Udon Thani, and I went out to what's the town where they did where the bridge over the River Kwai is. I went out there for a week or so.
Yeah. Nong Khai? No.
No, Nong Khai is on the border across from Vientiane.
Right. This one is like out of Bangkok, not too far.
I went to Nong Khai, but it was a lot more fun in Vientiane.
I know what you're talking about, yeah. Vientiane.
Nong Khai has a really incredible place there with all kinds of interesting statuette and stuff somebody built. It's
Nong Khai. Did you go to the Mud Me guest house?
no,
Along the river there?
no, didn't do that.
Yeah.
I went to some guest house there, but I don't know the name.
Are you able to drink your coffee? Yeah. So, okay. As far as livability in the world, you've lived in a number of countries, right?
Yes.
So, from 1 to 10, how does the Philippines rank as far as for a man, for a guy, a single guy, or whatever, living in the world? How does Philippines rank to you from 1 to 10?
At this moment in time, I would put Philippines right at the top. For cost of living, for amenities, for things you can do. I like to play billiards. There's no better place I've found anywhere. Play golf sometimes, and I can do that here. Ride my motorbike. I like Dumaguete. Haven't yet seen a stop sign or a stoplight.
Right.
And traffic works. In my opinion, it works. Some people say it's horrible. I think it works fine.
Right. The one-way system, the one-way roads.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten a ticket or pulled over? Anything?
Yeah, I got a ticket for parking along National Highway once. Not a big deal. Cheap. Just have to go down and pay them. I've never been pulled over. I stopped at checkpoints, but never been pulled over. But checkpoints are not a problem. They have a purpose, and that's okay.
Yeah. And so, have you been to Cebu at all?
Yes.
Been to Cebu a lot?
Oh, yeah. Can't go now.
Why?
Virus restrictions. It's too hard.
Can't go now?
Well, I don't know now. Maybe
Oh, I think
your lights went down.
now you can.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
My last experience was when I returned from the U.S. and had to quarantine for 6 days in Cebu.
Right.
And then when I got out of quarantine, I walked down to Osmeña Circle. I said, I think it's time to have a beer. They didn't sell it anywhere, not even in the convenience stores. There was nothing. But I don't know how it is now. That used to be kind of fun down in Mango Square and around that area.
Yeah.
But everything was closed up. I hope they're going to reopen.
So what about livability in Cebu Island? Do you
I don't know. I never lived there. Stayed in hotels a few times, but never actually lived in Cebu. I'd rather live here. I don't want a big city. Much more comfortable in a smaller place now. I've lived in too many big cities. I've lived in Los Angeles, Stuttgart.
Some people will actually say that Dumaguete is kind of a big city, but I can't see how they say that.
Well, compared to what, right?
Compared to what?
Yeah.
There's no tall buildings here, right? Really?
Yeah. No, I grew up basically in Los Angeles, so
Yeah.
big cities.
Oh wow.
And I've lived in Stuttgart and Fukuoka.
Yeah.
Those are all big cities.
Oh yeah. We were talking about Japan. So what was your experience? Where does Japan rank in terms of your livability factor?
It's hard to rank it
Yeah.
because I was in the Air Force in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
the U.S. Air Force. Livability, I had pretty good barracks, single room,
Yeah.
houseboys to take care of all my needs.
Yeah.
We had waitresses in the cafeteria in the days I was there.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't now, but
So, now, what about living in Dumaguete versus Valencia versus Darwin? Do you like to live on the outskirts? Or do you like to live right in town? How do you feel about that?
I like to live a little on the outskirts. I live in Darrow, Claytown, and I'm close to the Darrow Market.
Near Darwin?
No,
No.
Claytown in Darrow.
Darrow? Where's Darrow? Darrow, I know where Darrow is.
Well, if you go north on National Highway, a ways up, there's a Mercury Drug on the left,
Okay.
and across the street is the Darrow Market, which is open 4 days a week, and I live right close to there.
Yeah. Okay, so out of town a little bit, and okay, so you were telling me about your morning routine.
Yeah, my friend from Darwin, or my friend from Panama who lived in Darwin, now lives in Cebulan, has a little, he has, actually his house was a B&B, and he has a swimming pool, beautiful house, and downstairs we have set up with a lot of exercise equipment. And I go there 3 days a week in the mornings, exercise.
Talking lifting weights or what?
No, big exercise machine. You can do, you say lifting weights, yeah, we're lifting weights, but the weights are on a stack in the back. They're all connected with cables.
Okay.
We do that, got a stationary bike, got an inversion table.
Right. Any jump rope or anything like that?
No,
Yeah.
I could, but I can do that at home. But
And you were talking about flying kites. Now,
we just did that once down on the beach in Darwin. It was fun.
Philippines is a good place to fly kites.
Yeah, you get a good, well, along the coast anywhere, you get a breeze usually.
I don't know where. I think I found a shop today where you can actually buy a kite. It's that sort of sports market down here by the P&P Bank on this corner. It's like 2 shops up from that corner P&P Bank. There's like it's music. They've got basketballs in the window and stuff like that.
Is that on National Highway?
Yeah, right there.
Okay,
I think that shop probably has kites.
that's a shop that I can't remember the name of, but I bought darts
Yeah.
and billiard equipment there.
Yeah, I think that's the shop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a funny name.
But they probably have
It's next to that hotel, that big hotel,
Essentia Hotel.
next to Essentia.
Yeah, near there.
Yeah.
And so, what else? So, how do you feel about, say, Cambodia, Vietnam?
I love them all.
Yeah.
I went to Vietnam right days before things got shut down. I was there in
Oh,
2020, February to March for a month.
okay.
Traveled around in Vietnam.
Yeah.
I like Da Nang. It's a little big for me.
You mentioned a lot, right?
I liked a lot up in the mountains.
Yeah.
Beautiful area, nice people. And then there's a place on the coast, and I can't remember the name.
And give me 1 second.
It's on the coast, out an hour or so away from Saigon, and it's really beautiful.
Mhm.
I'd go back there.
Did you ever know? Did you ever know? How did you spend a lot of time in Davao?
No, I spent a week and a half or something.
A friend of mine from Santa Cruz, Glenn, he's always there. Okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll wrap up the interview here. But so you're very happy to be back, and you left here and came back, and you went to Panama, and you went to USA and did all that in 2 months.
No, about 3 months probably.
And sold your hotel, and so
Yeah,
you were a busy guy for 3 months.
yeah.
Came right back.
Panama's strange. They keep changing the rules as far as how they operate the registration of property, and I had to go there in person to the registry there to handle some of the problems.
Yeah.
And I got an attorney there now that can do everything.
Uh-huh. Great. And for those people that are listening that are interested in buying things or property or land or houses or whatever, what's your feeling on that here in the Philippines?
Well, you can't buy it, but they find ways with corporations.
Yeah.
Sometimes the girlfriend or wife owns it, but they have a loan that essentially gives you control and things like that. There's all kinds of ways to do. Panama's different. Panama, you're totally free to do anything a local can do as far as owning property,
Right.
which is one of the draws that took me there in the first place.
Is Panama, what country just did the cryptocurrency? They just
San Salvador adopted it.
San Salvador, right?
Yeah, they adopted it as their currency.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, I think.
Bitcoin. How do you feel about Bitcoin financing?
I don't know what's going to happen because governments keep trying to control these things because they're afraid of losing control of currency and population, but I believe Bitcoin has more value than most currencies because it's limited. It's not, they can't do unlimited printing of it.
It's unlimited, right? And I heard that, from what I know, I don't know much about it at all, but I heard that you need to have it's called a private coin, which is, I mean, what I understood was that these wallets are open for the public to see unless you have a private coin.
No, a private wallet.
A private wallet, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you get a wallet that's not open to the public, and they usually have a recovery, like 6 words or something, or 8 words or something. That's your recovery in case you have a problem with your password or something. But yeah, so I got a little Bitcoin and a little XRP because I'm gambling on that. But it's a gamble like everything else in life. Shit. U.S. currency's a gamble right now.
Last question for you, Mike. Thanks again, Mike, for being in the interview today. And would you ever go back to live in the USA?
Not if I could avoid it.
Okay. That's a great idea.
I have the possibility because I have a house there and I have a big family that lives in the house and in the area. And if I had to have somebody taking care of me or something, and I couldn't find somebody here, I might go back. If I could find somebody here, I'd stay.
And if you went back to USA, where would you be? You'd be wherever your family is. Right?
No, I may be where my family is, or I may be
Where were you?
in Florida or Texas.
Yeah.
I have a friend in Florida that I've known for 65 years,
Oh, wow.
and I've got a room at his house if I want.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Florida, those are the...
Well, it's warm. I don't want to be
Yeah,
cold.
Yeah, right. It's warm.
I finished my skiing and cold weather sports years ago.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Did you ever do Squaw Valley?
No,
Yeah.
but I've done places in Canada and U.S. and Switzerland and Europe and Germany and Austria and France. And those were good cold weather times when I was younger.
That, that's one thing we didn't talk about was Europe.
Hmm.
Does Europe have any livability factors for you?
If I was to go to Europe, I'd probably consider the south of Portugal, the Algarve area, because it's warm, it's reasonably priced, and it's possible to live there. I don't want anything that gets cold.
Right. I think Montenegro gets cold. Montenegro is near...
That's a little farther north, that gets cold.
Yeah, okay.
So, but you can always spend
off.
half here and half there.
Yeah.
So, I still play billiards, golf, and do my exercise program.
And where did you grow up mostly?
On the outskirts of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Born in Seattle, but migrated to the warmer climate when I was pretty young, like 4 years old or something, and grew up in L.A. in the 50s.
Okay.
Probably, very possibly the best place
In the world.
and the best time that's ever existed for somebody to grow up.
No kidding.
L.A. in the 50s.
No kidding.
I mean, we did Hollywood in our convertibles. We did everything.
Uh-huh.
If you've seen any of the movies about the 50s, that's where we were.
Did you meet any famous movie stars along the way in any of these places?
I'm trying to think. I'm not sure. I might have.
Yeah. So the 50s. Were you? What were you doing in the 60s? Were you a hippie? Were you a?
I was in Japan in the early 60s,
Yeah.
back in L.A. in the end of the 60s, back in L.A. for the... but I was working in the corporate world, so I wasn't in the hippie movement, but I was there at the time.
Yeah.
My sister was, living in San Francisco, down on Haight Street,
Right.
with a boyfriend named Tiffany.
Really?
It was really a guy, too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so my family was there, but I was working for IBM. I was in the corporate world.
IBM.
Yeah, I worked there till I retired. That's why I went to Germany with them. I had to do some support for the European countries.
IBM. Yeah, they're based in San Jose at the time, weren't they?
No, they're based in Armonk, New York. But they had hundreds of locations around the world. Now, when I was in Germany, they had 100 locations in the vicinity of Stuttgart.
So you were an IBMer.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
My father worked for IBM for a little while,
Oh,
and he was friends with the guy who invented the floppy disk. You know that guy?
maybe. I was there when it first started. They used the floppy disk as the boot for the mainframe computers.
Yeah, and he said that this man told him that he got the idea to flatten the disk by driving by a graveyard and seeing a stone, and he would flatten the disk with a stone.
Wow,
That's how
that's
he
amazing.
got some idea like that.
I don't know where they built that down in Fishkill or, somewhere in New York probably. Those were the major research locations at the time. Since then, they had research in California, everywhere.
So IBM has gone on to do what now?
Oh, they do AI, and they have the quantum computer research, and that's done in Watson Research Center in New York.
Mm-hmm. Did you go to university?
No,
No.
never had time. Got my electronics training and stuff in the military. Went to work for IBM and took some testing and stuff. Went to work for them, and I was pretty much a systems programmer for my career.
How long did you stay there?
Well, I retired at 30, but I actually got early out, so 27 years.
Wow. 27 years. So retired at 30.
63, and I got out in 90.
That's
I retired in 1990.
That's incredible.
Well, I retired in 1993, but I quit working in 1990.
Mm-hmm. And what do you like to do now as far as projects or hobbies or anything?
Billiards.
Billiards. That's the main thing, yeah.
And golf, if I have a chance.
Yeah. Is there a golf course around Dumaguete?
Yeah, Angtai, but it's not very good. I used to play there every day, but now I go to Bravo a couple days a week.
Okay.
And Bravo is a beautiful course.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a long course. It's more what we'd call an executive course.
Okay. Are there any tennis courts around here?
Don't know. Don't play tennis.
Yeah. I haven't seen any.
I haven't played tennis since I was probably 15 years old.
Yeah. How much is the golf? How much they charge?
Oh, for 9 holes, we're probably paid $20, $22 by the time you pay a caddy.
Mm-hmm. Maybe 1,000 pesos.
Yeah, 800 pesos plus maybe 300 for a caddy, and of course then there's coffee and stuff.
So figure 1,500 for the day.
No, 11, 12.
Yeah. Great.
And twice a week, that's no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, my father plays a lot of golf.
Yeah, it's a great sport.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mike, thank you very much for the opportunity, and maybe we'll do a second half if you have time.
Okay, CB, it's a pleasure.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Ciao for now.
Ciao.
Never throwing in the towel.